The Ma community, and specifically as professionals of this community, we are ready to defend one of our own from political attacks, failed expectations on his incompetence by some political forces. We, the Ma community, and as I've said specifically the professionals, therefore demand as follows. The executive arm of government respect the judiciary and its independence, that the individual judges' term of tenure be respected. Both the government and opposition recognizes the minority and respect their views. Finally, politicians who made statements of personal attacks towards members of the judiciary, and specifically Judge Isaac Lenaola, should apologize immediately for the humiliation and the name-calling that our judges have been subjected by their followers. IEBC delivers free and fair, credible elections to the citizens of this country, Kenyans. The petition forwarded to the Judicial Service Commission must be withdrawn with immediate effect.
Hawkers in Nairobi County yesterday presented the challenges facing them to Governor Mike Sonko. Among them are harassment by the City Council askaris, cartels in the market, poor lighting and poor drainage in some markets. The governor is to meet representatives of the hawkers today to discuss possible solutions. This is in his bid to decongest the city after revoking access for matatus in the CBD beginning next month.
The governor said he's going to create space and build markets for small-scale traders in the city. Sonko said he's going to recover some of the county government markets that had been grabbed by cartels in the city, such as the one in Eastleigh. The governor saying he wants Nairobi to run a 24-hour economy effectively and without any inconveniences. Nairobi County askaris are said to get new uniforms, with the governor saying that some people had begun making fake uniforms of the ones in existence.
Tumekubaliana tukiwapatia mahali ya kwenda, tutatoka CBD. Tumekubaliana tutafuata sheria, bas na mimi nitawasupport.
He said county askaris had been trained on how to handle hawkers, saying that there will be no further harassment. He has also called upon the traders to respect county askaris and the law. Sonko says daily revenue collection from traders will be done away with and monthly collection will take effect. He advised them to form self-help groups amongst themselves and register them such that they can be able to get loans to advance their businesses.
Pia muwapatie heshima. Kama harassment itaisha, mupeane heshima kwa askari. Tukae chini pamoja na wao. Tukishamalizana na komiti yenu tutaita askari wote, wale wakubwa na wakubwa wenu, tukae chini, tukubaliane vile kazi Nairobi tutafanya.
Sonko will be meeting a delegation of hawkers today in the county's trade departments to identify spaces where markets can be built for them to do their businesses. Joshua Mokaya, NTV.
To neighboring Uganda, where the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, on Thursday deferred to next week a motion by MP Raphael Magezi seeking leave of Parliament to table a private member's bill on the amendment of Article 102B of the country's constitution on the presidential age limit. Oulanyah said he and Speaker Rebecca Kadaga required more time to study and consult on the motion before it can be tabled. There was drama during the sitting, which was adjourned prematurely. NTV's Uganda's Herbert Ziwa was at Parliament.
Parliament was packed to capacity as members anticipated the proposal of a motion by Igara West Member of Parliament Raphael Magezi seeking leave to prepare a bill amending Article 102B of the Constitution. Majezi's proposal seeks to lift the cap on the presidential age limit from 75 years. The front bench where the cabinet ministers sit was fully occupied.
Members, Mr. Speaker.
Deputy Speaker Jacob Oulanyah chaired the plenary session.
I welcome you to this sitting, which looks like a very special sitting, because I am seeing members who have not seen in a long time.
He informed the members of Parliament that the motion was not part of the day's business. Oulanyah revealed that he and Speaker Rebecca Kadaga agreed to push the matter to next week to allow time for consultations on this motion and other business.
There are also piles of petitions from other people on various matters. So we needed to study this and have sufficient time to handle it properly. Probably in the course of next week, a communication will come to alert the members of what.
He criticized the heavy deployment of police and the army, which gave the legislators a headache as they entered Parliament.
The blockade that we have seen, I don't know whether it has been necessitated by something, but in my opinion, I think it has gone way beyond what it should have been.
His statement did nothing to cool the tempers of those against the motion, who demanded more explanation from the Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, the lead of government business.
I would want to ask that government comes up with an explanation as to why there was siege on Parliament, as to why we can say there was a coup on Parliament.
It is absolutely necessary that the security organs and security forces must be on alert. And yes.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Let him withdraw that statement.
Arun North MP Odonga Oto demanded disciplinary action against State Minister for Investment Evelyn Anite for an earlier statement she made, suggesting that the army supported the proponents of a proposed constitutional amendment to lift the presidential age limit.
I'm rising under Rule 163 that Honorable Anita Evelyn be taken to the disciplinary committee of Parliament.
Order!
Yes.
Order!
Where?
Order!
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 Honorable, you don't have to shout.
Order!
The hostile environment forced Deputy Speaker to adjourn the proceedings.
So since there are two big problems which I've just enumerated, members not willing to sit, and a speaker not also willing to sit, members who don't want to sit. This house is adjourned to Tuesday, 2 o'clock.
Suspicion and tension remains high here at Parliament, even when the Speaker has extended the debate on the age limit to next week. Now, what remains to be seen is whether by next week, tempers will be down. Herbert Ziwa, NTV at Parliament.
Interesting scenes there. Uganda's Kampala Capital City Authority Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago was arrested early Thursday morning from his home in Wakaliga in Kampala's Rubaga division, hours before Parliament convened for the controversial session. Lukwago is among the 48 people arrested in a crackdown on politicians and pro-age limit activists who oppose a removal of the clause on presidential age limits that would open the way for prolonged stay in power for Uganda's Yoweri Museveni.
The Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago emerged at about 7:30 a.m. to inquire why police had surrounded his home. He had a brief exchange with police before he was suddenly arrested as he addressed journalists.
Well, I don't know what brings it. Is he a police officer? Of what rank?
We are not, please, don't fear. I'm talking to you. Listen to me.
I'm listening. I was really shocked to find these people sailing off my home. They had not explained anything to me. They had put barricades along the way. They brought several patrol vehicles, as you see them here. As my kids were being taken to school, they were subjected to horrendous...
Officers, I've committed no offense. Please, 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 please.
Lukwago was taken to Chira police station in Wakiso district before being transferred to Nagalama in Mukono district. Over at City Hall, police disrupted a meeting by KCCA opposition-leaning councillors in the Deputy Lord Mayor's office, Sarah Kanyike. The councillors were preparing to demonstrate at the Constitution Square following the launch of their campaign called Tojibikula, which means do not open it.
He told me, you are free to carry on your meetings, whatever you want in your premises, but not on the road, not on the streets. So you are free to carry on any meeting. We didn't talk about the dress code. Do I always first call you whenever I have to put on what dress I have to put on when I'm coming?
Police took away T-shirts they said had inscriptions intended to incite the public.
And we carry away the material that we thought was unacceptable in this place.
When police left, some councillors decided they would instead walk to Parliament, while others opted to go and see the Lord Mayor.
We are tired of lamenting. Today we are going to act. I am going to Parliament. We are going to Parliament. We have to defend our constitution. We have to defend our constitution. I know you're also not.
Democratic Party President General Norbert Mao was denied entry to Parliament and later arrested.
That is not your work, please. You are not supposed to block any person from accessing Parliament. Is that what you can do to Ugandans? No, that is not right. Excuse me, journalist. Excuse me.
Why should I be taken to see here? Why are you taking? My car is out there. No, there's no way. There's no reason. You see, am I under arrest?
You're not under arrest.
No, then where are you taking me?
You be there where you are.
Let me tell you, I know, madam, I know the law.
Sit there.
Members of Uganda Young Democrats protesting the lifting of the term limit marched to Parliament, where they were arrested.
Everything is okay. Everything is okay.
Security around Parliament was tight with police trucks parked close by.
And this has definitely gotten reaction. Civil society organizations in Uganda are warning President Yoweri Museveni that he risks causing turmoil if he doesn't prevail on NRM MPs who are pushing for the amendment of the constitution to remove Article 102B of the country's constitution that limits the age of the president to 75 years. The civil society warning comes after police raided the offices of Great Lakes Institute for Strategic Studies and Action Aid on allegations that their leaders harbored sinister plans against the regime.
Offices of Great Institute for Strategic Studies remain closed to staff a day after police raided the area located in Ntinda. Godiba Tumushabe, who is the Associate Director of the NGO, was this morning still kept at the premises as security team continued to carry out a search.
They had indicated that they wanted to go away with the director of the organization, that is Godiba Tumushabe, but he resisted.
I have been locked in here. I can't get out. It's 6 o'clock yesterday because they are doing a search. I guess I don't see how that is related to my movements, but you know, that's how the regime operates. So they have taken mainly the files and some of the electronic equipment.
Speaking to NTV on phone, Tumushabe says despite the threats, his organization will continue to speak out about the perils of lifting the age limit provisions in the constitution.
But of course, they also know that I'm one of those people who is open critical about the idea of removal of age limit.
Police spent a whole night searching the office of Godiba Tumushabe, and now they have raided his home here at Nigeria. They suspect he could be one of the people funding the people opposed to the lifting of age limit.
But I was reading through the affidavit of the guy who applied for the search warrant, and there is a statement there that he suspects there is illicit transfer of money.
Leaders of civil society organizations who gathered at the offices of Great Lakes Institute for Strategic Studies had this message for the president.
You can intimidate us. You can subject us to all forms of harassment. But the day of reckoning is coming. It is coming, President Museveni. It is coming, the NRM. I have warned the NRM over and over.
He said it's likely other NGOs could face threats from security agencies, but this will not deter them from speaking the truth.
That there is a plan to raid additional NGOs and go after individual leaders of NGOs for saying the right thing.
That we are aware that the current happenings and related incidents of abuse of the rule of law and constitutionalism will go on as the desire by the state to abrogate the constitution heightens through threats.
This is a cowardly act, very contemptuous, and is indicative of a state under decay. They must know one thing: the people are supreme.
At Action Aid located in Kansanga, there were guitars as employees returned at the office a day after the raid.
It's unnecessary. President Museveni himself has stated he's not interested in 2012. So we, as civil society, are helping President Museveni to live by the truth for once.
The executive director, Arthur Rock, together with his staff, later held a meeting.
Our mitigation was to still continue seeking legal redress to ensure this does not become a habit of the security operatives storming every other organization out there.
Jingo Francis, NTV.
And we'll be getting updates from our NTV Uganda team as and when they come in. Definitely we'll have a lot of reaction to this from the region and even the globe. And to some lucky people, Julius Kariuki is the latest millionaire in town after he won 1 million shillings in the Angukia Chapa na 29009 promotion. Kariuki, a salesman, was awarded his money this morning. Angukia Chapa, a Nation Media Group sponsored TV game show, awards 75,000 shillings daily to a lucky person, 1 million shillings weekly, and the grand prize is 30 million shillings.
Julius, this is your money.
Lucky man. Residents of Tigania East region are in a dilemma after marauding bandits attacked their village, stole and destroyed property and livestock. The locals reported that they heard sounds of gunfire, which compelled some of them to flee in search of safety. One herder who incurred injuries from the gunshot said the raiders took his goats and left. The bandits later invaded homesteads in the area, stealing livestock, beddings and foodstuff from homes. The raidings, which have become frequent, have inflicted fear among the residents, forcing them to, in some instances, stop their daily activities or move out altogether. And this, of course, is something they would ask to be put to an end. Schools in the area have been closed down and businesses put to a standstill due to poor security. The residents are now asking for tighter security in the region to enable them return to their normal lives.
Tukasikia marisasi wakiwa huko kwa msitu, alafu sisi tukatoroka, tukaasa nyumba ikiwa inafungwa. Nikarudi tena nikasukua watoto, alafu wakakuja wakaenda na unga, sukari, mafuta.
Sasa hizi tunaongea hapa shule ya Kahongo. Hakuna mtoto wako shule, hakuna nyumba inja funjwa, hakuna tungombe na tumbusi ya maziwa venye tumekuwa tumechunga zimeenda. Hakuna nyanya kwa shamba wamevuna wakaenda nazo.
Kenyans have been urged to take advantage of a week-long free disposal of unused and expired drugs by pharmaceutical entities in the country. Speaking during the launch of World Pharmacists Day, the president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, Paul Mwaniki, asked Kenyans to take medicines that were no longer in use to collection points in pharmacies for safe disposal. He warned of the dangers of storage of such drugs in the house, as they can cause harm to the health and safety of loved ones and pets at home. The exercise aims at creating awareness of proper disposal of drugs to mitigate harm to humans and the environment. The campaign, spearheaded by the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, Pharmacy and Poisons Board and online drugstore My Dawa, will run for 7 days. This year's World Pharmacists Day, under the theme Ethical Disposal of Expired Medicines, aims to create awareness on the dangers of poor medicine disposal and available options. The first day was marked by a march in the capital and dissemination of drug safety materials to the public.
As PSK, we'll collect all of them from our branches and from our pharmacy outlets and dispose them for you for free. And this will run between today, 22nd of September to 22nd of October. And this is something we want to do yearly so that we mop out all the expired drugs in the people's houses, because those drugs are unsafe.
One of the key things is education, is to make sure people understand the dangers of self-medication. We should always go and see a prescriber or a registered pharmacist when you're getting the drugs. We really should be completing the dosage. If you're prescribed for 7 days, take the 7 days, because that's what the doctor has decided that you need. And then if you have any left over at the end of that, just take it back to a pharmacy and get rid of it, because I think it's very important that people know not to leave these things lying around.
And with that, we're done with NTV at 1, part of NTV Today. Next up is NTV Sasin. Being a Friday, it's all about the sports, and Yeshua Makori can tell us what to expect.
Wajua Mark, leo ikiwa ndio Ijumaa tunapiga mikiki yani soka lotembea ulimwengu wa kabumbu, na ni kwamba leo hii tunaangazia swala kubwa kabisa ambalo kwa kweli mahakama kuu jana iliamua kwamba ligi kuu ya kandanda ya Kenya msimu wa mwaka 2017 uwe na timu 16. Ile mahakama ya kutatua migogoro ya spoti humu nchini ilikuwa awali imekwisha kuamua kwamba ziwe timu 18 kwa ujumla. Ligi kuu ya kandanda kwa sasa ambayo kwa kweli weekend hii inaingia raundi yake ya 26 inajumuisha timu 18. Lakini sasa swali ni je, kwamba kudondosha timu mbili kutoka ligi kuu ndio ziwe 16 itakuwa ni haki kweli? Manake ikawa kwamba wanadondoka, watatoka Zukericho, wataondoka wale Nakumatt. Sasa itakuwaje kwamba mchakato mzima wa kudondosha timu katika ligi kuu ya kandanda ya Kenya ni mgogoro tu mzima, kwamba leo tunakuuliza tu ndani ya NTV sasa mikiki kwamba itakuwa haki kudondosha timu mbili kutoka ligi kuu ya kandanda ya Kenya, kwa maana Nakumatt na Zukericho? Ndo hali nzima, mchakato mzima ambao tutaangazia hapa leo ndani ya NTV sasa mikiki. Alafu pia ile burudani sehemu yetu ile imerejea hewani kwa Mbwembe. Rashid Abdalla namuona kwa umbali anapasha misuli moto. Wakati kiwadia basi tutakuwa tunafanya kweli Mark.
Barabara, as some people would say. Thank you very much, Yeshua Makori. A lot to look forward to. You take a deep breath, man. You need that because you've quite taken it a notch higher as you give us what to expect. And yes, also Rashid Abdalla will be joining you. Thank you for watching. My name is Mark Masai. Good afternoon.